So the celebrity death draft.
What are we drafting for?
We're just
famousness or whatever. Like their celebrity.
Who's going next? Who's going to die next?
Oh, who's gonna die next? All right.
Yeah.
Well, who do we got? That's a wild experience.
Getting your sperm count. We talked about doing it for Who Are These Guys, just as like a test to see who's got the highest sperm count, just for fun.
I would probably be in last place.
Really?
I was the problem in my marriage when we were having kids. They had to go in and literally pull the sperm out of my epididymis, I think it's called.
Was it clogged?
I don't know. They never gave me like a real explanation.
So like
they think that they nicked, all those surgery I had when I was a kid. They think they probably nicked something and it caused scar tissue, which caused damage. But then they got like, I was definitely on like medication and like probably drugs at that point. I swear to God, he said they got 16 ounces of sperm. But when you think about that,
what, they put that right in a red Solo cup?
Yeah, dude, a Solo cup. Yeah. I was like,
numbers off the charts.
I'm the problem. There's a gallon in there.
On Sunday when I was coming home from Florida, the Pope's thing was on.
Yes.
Is that like the Super Bowl for you? Like
no.
The Pope dying?
It makes no effect, no real effect on us. It's, like, it actually costs us a little bit of money. All the funeral homes want to put out like prayer cards with him in the church on it. I don't know. Religion is weird nowadays because it's like, it used to be so like prevalent in your face. This is what we do. This is just what you did, right? Yeah. And people have gotten away from that, with all the scandals and all the bullshit. And then on top of it, to go to a mass now is over $1,000, all said and done.
What do you mean?
So if you have a funeral and you go to a funeral mass, it's you need pallbearers, the mass itself. It's like $1,100-$1,200, maybe even more in some churches, depending on what they charge. Yeah. So people got turned off by all the bullshit that happened, and then on top of it, it's expensive, and funerals are expensive, and it's one of the things that people are willing to cut out because you have a priest come to your funeral home and do the whole service for like $300.
Right. That's actually one of the things I was looking at was something to talk about today was that like the whole COVID thing where it was only like one showing or whatever the hell you call it. And then like now it's like become the one I just went to. It was just 4 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah. So the 4 hours straight through, I always say I invented that. I swear to God I did, but obviously I could never prove that. But it's like, I look at a funeral and like you try to do, I market myself as like concierge funeral service. So what that means in reality is what's best for the family and think of ways that you can improve their experience. 2 to 4, 7 to 9, or sometimes people did 9:30 or 7 to 10. It's a marathon. You're getting ready at like 10 o'clock to get there for like 1. You're anxious. And then you're there all day.
Right.
Then you leave. Then you come back and you're there all night long. And then in those days, you came back and you did a second day. And then there was the burial the third day or the cremation, whatever it was. So I was thinking, I'm like, well, we should just take these hours and squish them together and do them in the evening. Like, what's the point of coming here at 2 o'clock? Yeah, you got private time, but if you do 4 to 8, we still get you there at 3.
Right. So it's just a longer, because it's usually 2 hours of time. Like
some people do 2, some people do 2.5, some people even do 3. It's just, to be at the funeral home literally for an eternity, pun intended, is it's a lot on a family. It's a marathon. It's a mental marathon. Like, have you ever like, even as simple as like, putting a pet to sleep.
Right.
Dude, your brain is just, did I do the right thing? Did this, that, by the time you get done, you're like, oh my God, I got nothing left.
Yeah.
So same thing too with a person. It's like, some of these people have what's called like anticipatory grief, meaning they've in their mind, that person's already died while they're still alive and they're on death's door. Don't get me wrong, but like, they've been going through the motions for a long time. Then when the person dies, they get like a sense of relief. And then they get guilt because they feel relieved, which is all completely normal. But like, it's just, it's part of the process. It is what it is, so like to sit there for all day long, for 2-3 days at a clip is,
just prolonged.
Insane to me. And think about it, I make money off of you staying there.
Right.
I haven't done a 3-day wake in pre-2010 probably. Because you got to remember, if you do 2 days, it's a third day. You have your burial day. If you do 1 day, you have your second day is a burial day. It's not the whole pomp and circumstance, but it's
Yeah.
it's still a day of, dealing with that.
I feel like most of the funerals I've gone to recently, also, they're always on the weekend. Like, is there a lot on the weekends?
Bro, I cannot tell you how quiet I am for whatever reason it is, like Tuesday through Friday, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, I got plans on Saturday and Sunday. Throw your plans out the window, son.
Do people like strategically do that? Wait till the weekend because they feel like easier for people to get there?
Some cultures do, but for the most part, no. It's just happens to be like, Mom wanted to ruin my plans one more time.
She's haunting me already.
Yeah. No, it's just, you know what though? What is nice about a Sunday is so me being the owner, I can do whatever I want. What I like to do for these people is I give them options. Simple, right? Hey, on Sunday, nobody wants to be at Noche Funeral Home, any funeral home for that matter, at 4 to 8, 2 to 4, 7 to 9, 4 to 8, any of that time frame. It's Sunday. They want to be home with their families. They want to eat dinner and do what they got to do.
Right.
Let's do 12 to 4. And then you go out to dinner and celebrate that person's life.
That's smart. That's a smart way to do it.
And, a lot of people, most of the people, 99% of them go, you know what, you're right. And I go, huh, what do you know?
The people that and the people that want to be there for them, it's like, they're going to get there.
Well, that's why. So again, Mary's coming from Brooklyn and, I was going to say Dougie, but that's a weird name.
You make the decision easier for them.
Just, they're going to come whatever time you pick. Just what's good for you.
Or they're not going to come and fuck them.
Yeah. And if they don't come, you mark it in your little book next to what they gave you in your wedding in 87. And that's it. And what they gave your kid for the communion in 99.
I just think that, I got to imagine that if there was a stat on attendance at funerals, it's got to be going down. I feel like every funeral I go to, they're the last one I went to too, it was the cop, and I was surprised that it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be.
You got to remember though, so the funerals are generally for who's alive and who's left is the kids. Mm-hmm. So families got smaller. They went from having, big Irish family with 9 kids to your average household now is 2 kids.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that much. I think it's 1 3/4. How the fuck that works, I don't understand. But
midgets?
Yeah, I guess. Or really tall people that pass the average and they just tack it on.
Could go that way.
No, so families, nuclear families got smaller. I don't even know if I'm using that word right, but they got smaller. So attendance would be small. I don't really see too many small funerals. We're in an Italian neighborhood, so you got big Italian families, a lot of nosy people too.
Oh, yeah.
There's always every funeral.
Snoopers?
How's he look?
Yeah. What do you mean? He's dead.
Yeah. They couldn't have got a better casket. I know, right?
That's your time right there.
Yeah.
When they say, how's he look?
Oh, we do. We do a very good job with how they look. We hire in this woman, Candace. She does a spectacular job with makeup. It's listen, know your limits, right? And if someone could do it better, why not get it? Why not hire them?
Sure.
It's just, So she comes in and she waves some magic wands and, oh my God, he looks like he's sleeping. And I'm just yes.
That's the highest compliment.
And no, he looks so good. I'm but there's a palpable awkwardness when you walk a family in a room.
Oh yeah.
You could you're holding your breath, it's quiet. And then, you never want to ask. You want to be told.
What do you think?
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Just right. Let's paint the picture. You walk in the chapel, right? So we walk through the door. Casket's up front. Family's in tow behind you. You're all right. The room's good. Chairs are straight. Flowers look good. You think you did a good job. You walk them up. They have their I don't want to say a breakdown, but sometimes a breakdown.
Sure.
They view them for the first time.
Oh, so that's
they get it together.
That's the first time they see them.
Period.
Most times.
Every time. The initial when we walk them in.
Found them or whatever.
Since I took over at least.
Okay.
So everybody dies in a hospital. No one dies like this. Right. Everyone's in the S position. They look like they were doing gymnastics. From there, my favorite thing is they just turn around and they go, he looks so good. How did you do it? And I just go, well, trade secrets. I don't say it, but, I thank them. But, you never want to be hey, how's he look?
Right.
And then they just go, his mouth is wrong or
Right.
You know, he looks good. The worst one is when they go, he looks like, it doesn't look like him. It looks like him, but he looks like he's 30 years younger. You know, like in my head, I'm like, isn't that a good thing though?
Right.
It's like you
But
can
they don't
only,
like that. They want to like, I feel like that's what you want.
I mean, yeah, right. Like within reason though.
We want it to look like the best version of before they got
Well, it depends. Like,
twisted up like that.
yeah, if they got hit by a truck, it's a different story. You want them to look, you know, how they did. But, you know, some people are difficult. Some people are grateful.
Yeah.
We had all
That's a
different
super powerful moment.
I'm telling you, could feel it. It's literally, it's a, you could, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, you know, you ever hear somebody say that you could cut the tension? That's what it's like.
It's interesting. And I'm sure is like varying degrees of like how many people are there at that moment.
Yeah, we try to limit that. We want small because if there is a problem, I want to be able to go, all right, everybody step out. I don't want 100 people there. I'm going, everybody leave the room. You're not happy with mom's hair.
Got more work to do.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw a thing too that the like people wait to the spring sometimes when people die.
So upstate or really cold regions, the ground is frozen.
Interesting.
The machines can't dig. So they go into like a holding, not a holding area, probably a shed, and they wait till the ground thaws and they dig the graves.
Is that the reason? Like families, you can't decide to hold on for that long, or you can.
You can. There's going to be charges associated with it.
Like you have to hold on to the body, or it gets held somewhere
Those
else?
places have the cemeteries have the storage.
Up there. So wait. So they'll like still have your part of it
So we do the
when
whole,
it happens, but then it gets turned over to the cemetery, but they don't put the body in the ground.
Yeah, they fake it.
Oh, interesting.
Then everybody leaves and it looks like they're robbing the casket.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what it said. It said like there's usually an uptick in services between March and May.
Yeah, because they're holdovers.
Interesting.
Up north. Traditionally speaking, though, spring is a busy time for funerals too. It usually like kind of peters out. Is that a word?
Teeters.
Teeters out.
I always meant to ask you that the seasonality of.
Oh, it's definitely
of
the dying season is November through March,
really
unquestioned.
that's crazy.
Around the holidays.
Even just the seasons though, like it's like true to form of like.
Well, look, think about it, right? You're just trapped in a house. You wake up, it's dark. You go to work, it's nice or, you know, light. You come home, it's dark.
Yeah. That shit's real.
It's dark at like 3:30 at one point in the Northeast.
That shit's real.
Yeah, dude, seasonal depression. I don't think I suffer from it, but I joke about it all the time.
No, that's a real thing, and
It's the worst, dude.
and like now is the best because you're coming out of it, and it's like you know you wake up in the morning and it's like 40 degrees, and then you're sweating by the end of the day because it's like 80
It's just nice to have like daylight till
Daylight, yeah.
7 or 8 o'clock at night.
and early.
Yeah,
It's getting light at like 5:30 in the morning now.
yeah,
But yeah, those 2 months, the end of it is just brutal. Every
brutal.
year.
And it feels like forever.
I was talking to a real estate agent in Florida while I was down there, and she said, yeah, because it was like, this is the time. It's packed there right now because people are just fed up.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got Easter, you got spring break, all of that stuff. And she's like, dude, I'll sell 20 homes, condos to New Yorkers right now because they're just so tired of it.
Yeah, they're just and spring is the season too to sell real estate. They say.
Real estate season.
Yeah.
What about green burials?
Green burials are a thing, not too much over here. They're weird.
Is that becoming a bigger thing?
Yes and no.
Who the hell thinks about that?
It's like kind of like fake. So like,
It's woke shit?
yeah, you go in like a basket. Think of like a laundry basket, like that weave. But like, if you go in the ground like unembalmed or embalmed, like it's weird. It's like just get cremated then. Sprinkle the ashes.
There's got to be some environmental factors into that too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to just go throwing people's dead ashes everywhere. Just at the beach, like, you throw sand at me? No, it's Margaret.
Margie.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's not a big thing out here, but there are green cemeteries, which are kind of gross. So they literally just take a body and just throw it in the dirt. They don't throw it, but, you know.
So it's just the big thing is like no casket and no embalming.
So it's kind of like, it's similar to, believe it or not, like the Jewish religion. You go back to the earth from which you came. So there's no embalming because that would be chemicals from the formaldehyde. They just dig a hole. Some cases they have. What's really wild is the forensic cemeteries. You okay? Scared the shit out of me.
It was it's bee season. Shit.
We're about to get a funeral live on air.
This guy's allergic to bees. Just put him in the back of the Navigator. Whack. Put him in the back of the Navigator. Drag him over there.
Why is Rob face down in the laptop?
It's for business.
And here we have a prime example of a tragic life cut short.
That might go viral.
Oh, dude, it would be a scene. You'd have the police here. You'd have the medical examiner will come. They take him away.
We have you. Make it.
Yeah, make it easy.
Well, yeah. I didn't see shit.
Right time, right place.
Yeah. No, where you would go, you'd get autopsy. Jesus Christ.
Wait, so what happened? So like they don't use anything?
So yeah, getting back on track before Rob fucked everything up again.
Of course.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, so they go and embalmed, just in probably like a shroud, and then they just dig a hole and they put them in the hole, no casket, nothing. Or if they use a casket, it's literally biodegradable, like like wicker, like laundry basket. That's the one I've seen.
Who's making that decision? The person before that's like a planning decision, or that's like a family full of hippies?
Both, but generally the hippie theme is
like bohemians, whatever you call them, granola people.
Yeah, granola people. Yeah. They are making that decision for sure.
Yeah.
And that's planned ahead of time.
I got to imagine it's going to become more of a thing, though. Because
but what I was saying before the bee incident was, that should be the name of this episode, the bee incident. Yeah. Jot that down for me, racist Kurt. The fuck was I saying? The forensic cemeteries are a thing.
What is that?
So they want to see like decomp rates.
Oh.
They'll literally just take a body and throw it in the woods.
Oh.
No burials, regular clothes.
Those are any around here?
Not that I'm aware of, but
that's like
can you Google that?
Yeah. That's like a science thing.
Yeah. So they want to know decomp rates so they could use it to see how long the serial killer's bodies have been at the beach.
How do you decide you want?
Just imagine walking in the woods with your dog, and your dog's like.
Forensic cemetery, otherwise known as a body farm.
Oh, that's cool.
Body farm.
Name.
That's cool.
That should be a great name for a gym. The body farm.
Yeah. Where you going? Working at the body farm.
Bodies.
Working at the body farm.
There's one apparently in Farmingdale.
Oh shit!
No, there's no way.
It's just a cemetery. I gotta.
There's one apparently at Gilgo Beach.
There is literally 11 bodies down. I know we talked about it last time.
Something just happened, and they just found something else out. Right? They confirmed the DNA.
They keep finding more things, and they keep charging them with more cases.
And the 23andMe thing. The more people that do that, they keep connecting it more.
They found that girl Peaches. They called.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's what I saw. That it was.
And her baby, which is fucked up. You killed a baby. I don't know if that's true. To tell you the truth, but.
All right,
you didn't save it.
They're in Farmingdale.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There might
There's
not
just
be anything.
a cemetery in Farmingdale.
Yeah, there's more than one.
I'm looking.
But the I can't imagine they're just,
Yeah.
right behind Farmingdale meat store.
Rural. Yeah. Super rural.
So, but you walking your dog, right? You're hiking with your wife. You got your oats. Your dog is just sniffing it, pulls you off the trail, and just imagine a field full of
Wow.
Just dead bodies. Stumble upon that shit.
But how do you? I guess that's something you got to sign up for before you die.
They're probably unclaimed bodies.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Maybe I'll do that. On the back of donating my eyes, and also
you could donate your body to science, and you could get work done by some kid in medical school. That's a trip. There's only certain people who do medical embalming, and you turn white like a piece of paper.
For them in preparation for them to
they dissect
check you out.
So you go to a Hofstra medical. Well, I don't even know if Hofstra has medical school anymore, but wherever the medical school is, you're a cadaver. And they want to see the IT bands. They just
That's crazy.
And they show the IT bands to the kids. Yeah, it's wild.
My trainer, he was telling me that he, anybody, which is crazy. He's a fucking lunatic. But he's like, anybody who's a trainer and hasn't worked on a cadaver, don't trust them. And
is that even a thing?
Take it easy. Because he wanted to know how and he's so knowledgeable about I'll be my knee's killing me. It's not because I'm 300 pounds, right? He's like, no, it's because of your IT band and all these other things. And it works though.
So you know what amazes me? So I've had tennis elbow, and it migrated to the other one. It's been awesome.
What is that?
So it's like something lateral epicondylitis is like the name of it. It's just so like real soreness in your tendon. So like you like the fibers in your tendon are supposed to lay like nice like that. They like break and then they heal wrong. So like you get it like worked out, but it's like it's weird because it's like the pain you like when they work on it.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and he's like, dude, it's this guy takes his thumbs and he digs into my forearm and you're like, oh God, don't stop.
Well, it's like the magic of the relief. Like I've never, like I always like, I'll work out for like 6 or 7 months. My knees start killing me. My legs start killing me. This guy is the first guy who he like makes me foam roll and do this other stuff. And like the relief is instant.
I wonder though with the foam rolling, because it hurts too. I wonder if that is like a pain threshold thing where it increases the pain. I just had this conversation with this guy, Frank, who's I think Frank Puscillo from I can never remember the name of his phys. It's in Wantagh, but great guy, very likable. He we were talking about it. Is it
the
increase?
Movement Underground place?
No,
That's in Seaford.
it's such a word. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's not independent. Something. Whatever.
Mario Barillo from Barillo.
Yeah, from Burlo Tours. Yeah, I know. I remember that one. But
Oh, you're saying it's like a
we
pain
were saying,
threshold.
is it a pain threshold where it increases the pain, where it hurts more, and then when you come back to base, yeah, it still hurts, but because it hurts so much more, does it hurt less?
But this guy's a professional.
So he owns it. He's a physical therapist. But when we were talking, his sister is also a medical examiner in Suffolk County, and I want to get her to come on because that's like a brain to pick, pun intended.
I just want to know how they make that decision. They want to do that,
Bro.
See some.
It's so normal to them, and for me to say it's wild,
right. That's what I mean.
Wild.
That's exactly the way I think of it. I think of
shit
like the
that
shit
this
that
woman
you see,
sees-
but that's like
Next level. Like
Mount Everest.
just like autoerotic asphyxiation. That's a crazy one because it's just like the person has a disease.
That's one of my funniest. That's like my favorite go-to joke.
Yeah. Well, you got to see it. Like there's videos you could watch of people accidentally hanging themselves during masturbation.
Have
And
fun.
it's just like the present you leave your mom and dad when they find you there with that rope around your neck, butt naked, pile of shit and piss underneath you.
And maybe something else.
And maybe something else just in front of it. It's like, you know,
It's crazy.
use a fishing line with the right pound test.
Yeah,
so
seriously.
It breaks.
What do you
Like a
think?
normal person.
What do you think the percentage is people who are doing it for the first time versus
I don't
seasoned vets?
I don't know. I don't know, but like I said, that's the first one that comes to mind. And then like just I don't want to say callous, but like how it's so normal to them to talk. So like when she talks to me, it's like her and I are having like a conversation in a bubble. And I remember I'm watching her brother just,
Yeah.
and he's like, you guys are
Yeah, it's almost
And
like
it's-
a weird perversion to other people.
almost, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And she's like a pretty girl, like normal looking. You would never guess that she's just hacking people
apart,
up Monday through
sawing them
Thursday.
and shit.
Oh yeah,
Sawing limbs off.
that's the one that gets me is the bone saws around the cranium. The smell from the grinding bone is
That's what I was gonna say. The smell must be oof.
disgusting.
But I think the whole thing with like what you're talking about with the physical therapist, I think it's blood.
So
Like, you're forcing blood there.
Yeah, but he's so knowledgeable. Like
Surprised.
I can't believe like that they have to know that much. I always thought they were gym bros, just a little bit better. But you know, thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, when someone, because I've done with so many hack trainers over the years.
So many, yeah.
Kids that are in, like I look at the other gym I go to that's not with a trainer, and it's all kids. It's like a joke to them. But like when you get somebody that knows about the human body that way, fascinating to me.
I love when they're like, "You got to heal." I'm like, "You're right. I'll take the day."
Take two.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Just putting your whoop strap on a bike tire. Well, it says I need another day. It's only at 20%.
The Whoop, the recovery thing is just amazing to me. That's all I care about. It's like every time I work out, I know I got a good workout or I don't have a good workout. But like
I had a shit one the other day. I went there. There was too many people I knew. Everybody was talking to me. And then like, I don't know about you, but if you're listening from out of state, Long Island's like allergies are super high. It is brutal.
Yeah.
Dude. I was like, I get dizzy from the.
Have you always had that bad?
No, I never got until I was like maybe 30, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I think I'll get sick.
Oh my God.
Yoga time.
No, it's oats.
Oh, it's my bad.
My truck, I washed it yesterday. I just went out there to go to the deli and
Yeah, same.
covered.
My kids draw in the pollen.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
It look like I'm like, I don't take care of anything.
Something just happened to me at the deli that like you have to, I don't know at what point.
You saw me carrying the cold cuts in from the back?
Fuck, turn right around.
Yeah.
When did they stop putting the drinks in the bag at the deli? Have you noticed that? Like this guy over here, it happens at the deli by my house too. They refuse to put my drink in the bag. Like they only put the sandwich and like the bag of chips in there.
I don't think I've noticed. What's the drink?
Now you're not gonna never unsee it.
Yeah, what is the drink though? Is it
It was
coffee?
just like it was like a
Is that I can
ginger
understand.
ale, like a 20-ounce ginger ale.
I don't know. No, I don't think I've noticed that.
It's coming. You're gonna notice it. I guess
Maybe
maybe
you-
I just eat at the deli way too much.
Maybe you look like
Is
a
it,
guy.
is
I
it,
had.
is it because of the paper bag stuff? Like now
I mean, I'm
it's
sure
paper
it's got
bags.
something to do with that, but I really want to make.
Because sometimes the drinks they have like condensation.
Back.
Like I've had instances where like they put a bunch of drinks in and because they're like wet and it's not like a really good paper bag, it just like crumples through.
I understand what you're saying, but it's got to be like the middle of the summer and like the drinks.
Yeah,
are
it's gotta
sweating
be
like
hot.
crazy. It's like
Drink's
put the
got to
drink in
be
there.
ice cold and it's got to be warm and moist. Moist. Kurt loves that word.
The deli. It might be an Asian thing though, because both of the delis I go to, they're owned by Asian.
Did you say Asian?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I know. I was gonna say,
This is a setup. This is a setup.
It's out- it's out
let me
there.
tell you something else.
it's out there right now in the wild. Just happened. Just
Is
went
it?
live. Yeah.
I looked for it this morning too.
12:30. It went live.
Yeah. Well, listen, I love wonton soup, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
Can't be
You
that
talk
bad.
about you first episode or first two episodes. You talked about how
I
much you love
think
your
pound
Asian
for
guy.
pound, I think that's my
Chinese
favorite
food?
soup. No, not Chinese food. Every time I eat it, I'm disgusted by myself. But to do like, it's a guilty pleasure.
Not a lot of good Chinese places around anymore. I keep talking about this.
No, and then
I don't even know where to go.
It's hard.
so I like by me Kwang Ming.
That's right. That's the guy who
And
messes
then-
up your name all the time.
Yeah, Winston. Hello, Winston. And then a new place we discovered is in Bethpage and the Orient. Soup's not as good, but the food is excellent. I just want to be able to eat Chinese food to the point where I don't feel like I'm gonna explode. And I want to like that whole thing about like you eat it, you're full, and then you're hungry. Like,
And they just keep giving you more and more and
Yeah.
more. Every time I get food from a Chinese place, I'm like, this is way more than I got when I was a kid.
yeah, absolutely.
There's a place in Lindenhurst where they don't close. I guess there's like two schools of thought for Chinese food, right? It's like you got like the restaurant ones, which you could still get takeout from, but then you got those like strip mall ones.
Takeout.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what blows my mind about that? I don't know if you had the same experience, but the last one I went into, there was a Spanish dude on the walk, and I was like, what the fuck?
It's like Italian restaurants too, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, you get the Ukrainians who
Yeah.
pretend like they're Italian.
But this place, they don't, it's in Lindenhurst on Sunrise Highway. They don't close the lid of the container. That's like what they're known for. They fill it, overflow it, put cellophane on top, and then put rubber band around it. So you're getting like
I
double
thought,
the thing.
yeah. I thought you
I'm
were
like,
saying
I don't
like,
need this.
supposed to eat it in the car like an alcoholic in the brown bag.
I was like, I don't need this much chicken and broccoli ever. You know?
Yeah, I don't. The problem I have with Chinese food is I always eat the same shit.
I think that's everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Is it like there's a huge menu that I'm terrified of.
Yeah. My family, they only fed me the same meal for Chinese food, and I grew up hating it. I grew up hating Chinese food.
And now
But
that's all you
eventually,
order, right?
I'm like, no, give me like this. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is lo mein? Like, what is all this stuff? I just never knew.
Yeah, I like stick to like chicken and broccoli.
General
Occasionally,
Tso's,
no,
Really?
I don't even think I've ever tried it.
beef and broccoli.
Beef and yeah, but not some pepper steak. I like.
Pepper steak.
What else? The lo mein.
Any lo mein.
and
Cheese
then-
wontons? You ever have a cheese wonton?
Yeah, I've had that. And then
Dumpling.
crab rangoon,
Yeah.
however you say it.
Is that the same thing as a cheese wonton?
I think it is.
I think so.
But what's the other one I get? I can't remember. Jesus.
But that menu is gigantic.
Gigantic.
Nobody's ordering half that shit.
It's 11 pages of weird shit.
That's what's cool about the restaurant industry, though, is like how they can offer that many things, but they're all really the same thing. Cat.
I had good sushi the other day.
Cat.
It's true. There's no stray animals around those places, dude.
Would you have
I'm gonna get sued like into the ground by like what is like an Asian American.
Oh, we're definitely playing a prank on you at some point.
Yeah.
Getting like Bruce.
Oh
Lee's.
my God, pranks! I know this is not first down dogs, but dude, the Falcons. Did you see it? Did you see the prank phone call? We sent it back and forth on Instagram.
Oh, you mean the one from the Sanders?
Yeah, you know, it's like the head coach of
Jeff
the Falcons'
Ulbrich.
son.
Ex Jets head coach.
Yeah, it's
He's
his
defensive
son.
coordinator. Yeah,
They just fined the Falcons like $250,000.
and they said they're not going to do anything to him.
Well, I don't understand how you could find the Falcons when it's the kid, and he's a minor. First of all,
21.
is he 21?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. First of all, genius move,
Beautiful.
perfectly executed.
So I was trying to figure out. When did he call him? Was that Saturday? He
We
called
should
him?
do that to
or Friday.
to a couple funeral homes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, I used to, first season of First Down Dogs, we've been trying to ask Rob to like hook it back up. I used to call all of the, like a bar in the Monday night football game. And I'd ask them like about the game and their team and shit like that. The responses are amazing. Because KC was always on Monday night that year. We call the same place. This girl, like she would always get on the phone and like talk to me.
Really?
Like, oh, it's you again. What's going on? You know, same girl, like 4 weeks throughout the year. She's like, you always call me when it's so busy here. Can you call back in like 10 minutes? I was like, what do you look like?
I had a weird experience with a bartender the other day. We went to a place in Wantagh for lunch, and she was like, "Are you looking at me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm trying to order food." And she's like, "But like, why are you staring?" I'm like, "I'm trying to get your attention." She's like, "You're being creepy," and I let it go, but boy, did I want to like really turn it up.
You're not long for that job, dear.
No,
Not that like, I mean, I'm sure that happens, but like,
absolutely.
you signing up for that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, either side, either sex.
It wasn't like she was like reaching up for the booze and like, you know, spandex pants. I was literally like,
Can I get a drink, please?
yeah. I got so like annoyed.
You're like young?
Yeah, like 21, 22. It's like, all right, no, you gross. Like, stop. You're a baby.
Old school barmaid. Well, the word barmaid.
Yeah.
That's the term. That's what you want.
Yeah, I'm going to drop that. I'm going to go back there and be like, hey, barmaid.
I don't think
My buddy John.
I don't think you can say that
My
anymore.
buddy John from Viola Media said to say that.
Well, like my dad and everybody, that's what they used to call. Yeah, we're going down to Duke's. Kurt's dad, like,
Bro, I was in a strip club once when I was young in another life, Joanna. Sorry. And I saw a guy say, I want a lap dance from the colored girl, and they beat the shit out of him.
oh my God.
Yeah. That was
Where?
wild.
Like around here?
Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was Farmingdale.
I
I
tried.
lied. It was me.
I got beat up.
Nah, yeah.
That's how I got my tennis elbow.
Yeah, exactly. Defending myself. 6'8" Polynesian man beating the shit out of him.
How do we have just like one episode, not of this show, of some sort of show? Maybe it's a new series. Maybe it's a new podcast entirely, just about like strip club experiences. Maybe that never goes out. Maybe we shouldn't record it and just talk about it.
Yeah. Just keep it in the vault. In the vault.
Yeah, or get like a bouncers or.
No, it's going to be annoying. It's going to be Jesse falling in love with some Colombian. Here we go again. Don't worry, he doesn't listen, so you can say whatever you want.
Kurt's got to make a clip of one of the Jesse things at some point. You know?
Just like a compilation.
Yeah, make a good
Just
compilation.
everybody shitting on him.
Then he listens. All of a sudden, he comes in with this. Like next time, he's got notes and shit. He's like,
So you
he's
said,
like prepared.
yeah. So back in 2021, you had mentioned that I was hairy.
Bro, your phone is exploding.
Yeah, I know. My
He's
barber's
stressing
looking
you
for
out?
me. Yeah, my barber's looking for me. Payroll just called. Mike and Vinny.
Oh, you guys use them?
Yeah, they're great
What do you have payroll?
for the florist, for the funeral.
Oh, right. So the celebrity death draft. The
So
Pope
what are
thing
we
got me.
drafting? But what are we drafting for?
We're just it's like
Famousness
snake
or
draft.
whatever? Like their
Like
celebrity?
who's going next? Who's going to die next?
Oh, who's gonna die next? All right.
Yeah.
Who do we got?
You got Al Pacino, 84 years old. He's at the top of the list. Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, he looked like he died 5 years ago. Just doesn't know it.
Also just had a kid though.
What?
Wild.
Just had a kid.
Damn.
These people are so out of touch with reality. It's insane.
A newborn child at 84 years old.
Doesn't like the risk of birth defects go up dramatically after 40?
For the kid or for
The kid.
Al Pacino?
There's a chance he's dead before that kid makes it to preschool.
Yeah,
it's like,
probably.
that's just like you're setting that kid up for failure. With a birth defect or with like the guy's got to grow up without a kid. But then at the same time, he's
also
going to
Al
be
Pacino.
rich.
He's Al Pacino. He can afford a new dad.
Yeah.
Be like, you're a dad now. here's $1 million.
So
Be
wild
this
to
kid's
me.
dad.
Harvey Weinstein.
How about that meme I sent you about Harvey Weinstein the other day? Ain't that the truth?
You don't hear much about him, but he's in jail, right?
I think he's in jail.
That's just like a straight up like karma death. It's got to happen soon.
Yeah. Cockroaches live forever.
Yeah, that's true. And also
Who else you got?
Billy Joel.
Depends if he's boozing or not. Hey, 3 years, huh?
What's that?
I saw your thing.
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I like that a lot because I don't check that thing anymore ever. I just remembered the fateful night of my last drinking event. That's what reminded me.
Blacked out
It
or
was 2 days after my birthday. Blacked out.
blacked in?
I fucking fell asleep in the back of an ice truck around the corner for the whole entire night. Wow. Yeah.
With the AC on?
I mean, I'm always gravitating towards the cold in the summertime.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, you don't have a problem, dude. It was just like, it was hot out.
You were just seeking shelter.
Just a boy looking for some shelter. A cool, refreshing shelter.
I don't know. I feel like Billy Joel's another one. I've seen him recently. I think he's done with the Madison Square Garden.
I think he's got one more show left.
One more.
I think.
I've seen him, and he can't even get up from the piano and shit. He just sits there the whole time. You know, he's stuck in that position.
What was that? The HBO, The Crypt Keeper?
Yeah, stuck in that position. Exactly. Joe Biden,
Oh, yeah.
82.
Well, after he comes off the adrenochrome, dude, he's just going to wither away.
What the hell's that?
That's that stuff where they like drinking baby's blood.
Oh, all right.
So,
all right.
I'm kidding.
It's the Illuminati shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing about like
Nominee. What?
presidents live forever though.
They
They get
do,
all the
too
good
long.
shit. They get all the good shit.
Too long. Yeah,
All
you
the
get the
good
best
medicine.
healthcare in the country.
This is an interesting one though. Flavor Flav.
Really?
He's only 66.
Flav looks like a dried up booger to me. So that might be it.
There's a lot of shit with like he's definitely done a lot of drugs. So like that might push him over the edge a little sooner.
Yeah, he's got some negatives.
Like Joe Biden, you think Joe Biden's ever done like coke at all?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely gone kegging and like done
Kegging.
kegging or some shit. College, you know.
I never realized how big cocaine was.
I've never done it, so I don't
I've
know.
never done it either, but like, it's everywhere, dude.
It's like casual too.
Very casual.
People do it.
Well, I'm all right.
It's bigger before our time, especially.
It's made a comeback, dude. And I got to be honest with you, I think it's so dangerous because I get, if not more, at least 10 ODs from, what's that other shit?
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl that's in the drugs. You know, and then people will be like, no, my drug dealer tests for it. I'm like, so you're telling me you're a legal drug dealer, is also a chemist, and cares about your well-being? Well, he's selling you cocaine.
That in and of itself is enough for me to never need to try anything that they could potentially put that shit into.
You don't even have to try it. You could be next to somebody and the wind blows and it lands on your hand and it's transdermal. And all of a sudden you're dead.
No, that's also a drug that people just do straight up by itself.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think so because it's such a small amount. Like a dime could kill like the entire country.
But I think there's
that.
like varying degrees of the potency of it.
Yeah, matters how pure it is,
Yeah.
how potent it is.
Like in Florida, I know people in Florida that died, that I went to high school with, that died of fentanyl overdoses, but that's what they were actually doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, dude. Don't do it. Say no.
You gotta fucking answer that phone. She's stressing me out.
It's stressing me out too.
No more powders. Done with powder.
Taylor Swift is on this list at 34.
No way. The only way she's getting murdered
She's
by
got
Travis
plenty of
Kelce.
adrenal cream left, whatever the hell that's called.
Did you say vagina cream?
Adrenal cream.
Kurt.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's another one. But she might get taken out though because Illuminati might get hurt too.
I don't know.
No,
I heard she puts on some show. I don't know. I've never been to it. I don't have girls, so I would never go. But
what does that mean?
I don't know. Does that come off a little sexist?
Yeah, I love Taylor Swift.
Do you?
I would go to her show if I had that amount of money.
You know how I know you're gay?
Or her production value is like,
I heard, yeah, like there was a rumor online again. I don't know if it's true, but they were selling like the dirt and rainwater for like $800.
oh yeah, people will buy that.
It's crazy.
That's next level celebrity when like you've got that going for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any more in the draft?
Larry David, he's gonna live forever.
He's old though.
76.
Oh my God, that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's looked like he looks
He does, it's true.
for 30
Since
years.
he was doing
so I
Seinfeld.
figured he was like 80 something.
Since he was doing Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they got like Joe Namath on here.
Joe Namath is definitely
Dead.
top
Might be dead
of the list.
already.
He's got to be top 2, 3.
He's only 81.
Yeah, but that's a different 81. That's an alcohol infused drug rage party. Like,
My favorite all time Joe Namath when he tried to kiss Susie
oh
Colbert.
my God, that's
That was
fantastic. So awkward.
That was amazing.
So awkward.
It's just like he started talking and slurring his speech, and I'm like, that looks. You remind me of every one of my uncles. I know what's about that.
Yeah. So gross too to watch, like men's lips. It's disgusting.
And he was 81 at that point.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, literally.
And then Vince McMahon's the last one.
He looks horrendous. He got like a rat face now. See him
All
with
that
that
like fake shit that people get.
filler and Botox.
I mean, is
I'm
that
all
making
for-
your job harder or easier when they come to you?
A filler would make my life harder because what happens is a filler will stay and the rest of it will sink around it. And then I got to build up all around it to make it look like even.
Oh, I'm gonna vomit.
Oh, it's just, you got to see the size of the needles we use too.
I guess you don't get people that are trying to hold on like they're trying to hold on to their like beauty, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you do. You get some older women that really took care of themselves and they're like, what's the word when they, not fickle or naive, when they're about their looks. I can't think of the word.
I don't know.
But they like, yeah, you'll get some older ladies that you're like, oh, so, you know, they show you a picture and then you go, how the fuck am I going to do this? And then we call Candace. Candace comes in and she, you know, Better Call Saul, we have Better Call Candace.
That's a cool, that'd be like a cool like Netflix series.
I got that thing. I keep forgetting. I keep going, Kurt, I got to talk to you. I got an idea. And then I go, all right, bye. And I just leave every time.
Yeah, it's funny. Once you do these things and then it's like afterwards, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, and this. Never happens.
No, dude, you're either freezing cold and you need to go warm up,
Yeah.
or you're literally dripping sweat and you need to leave.
You got to take a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vince McMahon, though, I think
he's the guy.
he's probably heavy into the drug game, too.
Or just even
His
just
heart's
painkillers.
going to explode any minute.
Think how many times he's been body slammed by a 250-pound gorilla
Were you into wrestling at any point in your life?
when I was young.
Like, not when I say wrestling, like the fake one?
WF. Yeah.
It's crazy how that stood the test of time.
Still, dude.
Huge.
It's huge.
Still.
It's one of the biggest sports in America.
Huge. And then you got that company that's like them and the UFC. I think it's called TAP or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I've seen like the new one. I'm out of touch.
Publicly traded company.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were a kid?
I'm going to go with probably the Macho Man.
Really? So I was a Ultimate Warrior fan, and then that guy was roided out of his fucking head. Good
He was
Lord.
one that was only one, though. It wasn't like the rest of them. Like,
Right. And then there was the other guy I liked. It was
Undertaker?
Bret the Hitman Hart.
oh, yeah.
He gave me his glasses once. That I was like,
Also, whole thing borderline gay, also.
super gay, dude.
You know?
Same
Those
thing with
tights.
same thing with like regular, like actual sport wrestling. Like we couldn't, like you guys couldn't come up with a better outfit. Like cool sport, right? Like love the idea of it,
Yeah.
but like,
Shouldn't you guys be doing that in a snowsuit?
yeah.
They used to do it naked. The Greeks, they were just fucking butt naked. They just went.
Oh,
did.
it's even worse. Dude.
I really wish you would have got stung by that bee.
Yeah, that's a weird thing to do.
And stop.
Yeah, that's like I wrestled for like I want to say maybe in like third grade, and I was giant at the time as I am now, and I never had to wear the thing because they never had one that was my size.
Oh, that's funny.
That was the one point in my life where I was okay with it, though.
Yeah.
I was like, they're like, just wear a t-shirt and shorts, tuck the t-shirt in, because I guess they don't. The whole point is like they can't see if your back is on the mat. That's why you got to be wearing skin tight clothes.
Just be on top then.
Don't ever get your back
Dude,
on
I'd be
that.
stuffing that thing with socks in the front.
Got it. That's all I remember about. And the parallel to like the gayness of wrestling was Bret the Hitman Hart and Shawn Michaels. To me, there was always those two.
What was he called? The Heartbreak Kid?
Yeah.
He used to do that like that kick, right?
Yes.
Was his big thing?
Yeah.
So, like-
Sweet chin music.
Yeah, sweet chin music. But so like all that was fake, obviously, and scripted. But they were still jumping off the what they call it, the turnbuckle?
Yeah.
The turnbuckle, flying through the air and landing on a person.
Yeah.
Beating the shit.
Like-
out of
You
you.
can't fake the athleticism.
No,
And, like,
that shit hurts.
I'm sure those tables and chairs and ladders were like
Pre-cut
not-
a little bit.
Yeah, and not like the most sturdiest ones, but still, it's got to hurt.
The ladder matches when they were falling 30 feet from like cage matches.
Casket match.
Yeah.
What was that? You had to get him in there and close it?
Yeah, I think so.
What a fucking sick and twisted idea.
Yeah. That's like people all the time. They're always like, your life must be so fascinating. I'm like, I don't think it is.
Is that what they're comparing it to? The
I
Undertaker?
think they think of like the I always say like the woo woo of it, like, you know, like, oh, you see dead people, like you must have seen someone sit up, and I'm like, no, dude, you would have known about it. Actually, you wouldn't have known about it. I would have
videoed it?
no
No.
zombie style, just
Keep that
two
a
to the
secret.
head, double
You know,
tap.
I know that she got you she got one of the what do you call those people? Paranormal seance. What the hell's it
Oh,
called?
mediums, psychic mediums.
My wife is so deep into that right now.
My wife too. I don't know, dude. They've got me where like I'm eating out of the palm of their hand, and then like an hour goes by, and I'm like, that's bullshit. It's like, there's no, my Facebook is open, or they've seen me. I mean, I'm all over the internet.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't know something about me.
My wife and my cousins, they were talking about it. They had gone to separate people, and we had just seen them when we were on vacation. They were talking about it, and I kept trying to like punch holes in it. And I was like, "Well, did you like pay with a credit card? You know, like because then they got your name there, and then they could start doing the research
Right.
behind the scene. You know, I was like, no, we just signed up with my first name and went, and you know, they were talking about very specific things that like you
Is
know,
your Facebook private? Is your Instagram
yeah, all
private?
that. I was asking all that stuff, you know. And they were like, "There's no way they would have known. Like they didn't. They only had my first name up until I got there."
I have the worst of intentions, meaning like I'm gonna figure this out. She'll say something nice, and I'll be like, "Okay, you're real." I just, you know. I also am not a mean person where I would like,
Yeah,
you know.
somebody's living, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, but if they're scammers though, then they deserve it.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was listening to a podcast about like people and kids that are, you know, can't speak or can't see, like we were talking about the other one, and how like there's powers there like that. You know, like
What do
they
you
can
mean, like-
sense things and they can like
No Spidey sense.
yeah.
That's wild because when you say when you lose one, everything else increases in like receptor strength. Every time I hear receptor, I think Theo Von.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, bro, your receptors is off."
That guy is just so naturally funny. Like dumb funny.
Dumb funny, and I don't think he realizes it. Like,
I don't think so.
and then the quickness, like the quick wittedness of like, he'd be like, "Yeah, back when I was home in New Orleans," he's like,
Yeah.
"We all worked at like the chimp factory or whatever it's called, like
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
research facility," and like he'll say something, and you're like, there's no way he pre-plans that because the situation is so awkward, and then it's like he comes out with it, and you're like, how does your brain work like that? It's
The
amazing.
best is when he has guests that are like real people, like real serious people.
Didn't he interview Trump?
He interviewed Trump, but that felt not as fluid as the Rogan one. He said he had to go to the White House or wherever the fuck Trump was at the time, or Florida.
I'll do it. If he wants to interview with us, I'll go there.
Yeah, of course.
Like, so Donald, he had a near-death experience twice, right? So
There you go.
Yeah.
He had Zuckerberg on, Theo Von, recently. And it was just
2 different levels of autism.
2 totally different levels. And he was asking him about his car, and he's like, yeah, that thing's got some backyard on it. And it's like, but he's just so patient in his delivery.
Yes.
You know? And it's like he loves the silence and the dead air, and you can
Yeah.
see him thinking. And now everybody knows who he is, so they just let it go. And
It's
then
the
all of a sudden he
opposite.
comes out something crazy.
Yeah, it's the
You know?
opposite of me. I get dead air and I go, say something racist, quick. It's terrifying to me.